Okay, good morning, all of you. How are you? Good. How are you feeling? Are you feeling excited, happy, or nervous? Excited, okay? You are here in the lab, and I am taking you a short class on communication. It is very easier topic, okay? I would like to start with my brief introduction. I am Guru Prasad Poudel. I am Assistant Professor of Tirubhavan University, Central Department of Education, Kirtipur. I also take class in Kathmandu Shiksha campus. I teach to master degree students, okay? And it has been nearly 14 years of teaching in my experience. And today I am supporting you in communication for the better English communication. I think you are familiar with the meaning of communication. So just before 2 minutes, I asked you, how are you? Then you said, we are good. How are you feeling? We are excited or we are happy. So this is communication, okay? We say it is communication. And my topic is entering into the world of communication. It means how can we develop communication?
Yes, obviously.
What can be the barriers in communication? Why communication is important? Okay, why communication is important? Okay, what do you communicate first? So, in the very beginning of a day, what do you communicate at first? What do you say? If you meet somebody else for the first time in a day, what do you say? What do you communicate? For example, I met you first time today and I communicate, hello, good morning, everyone. Okay. So, what do you communicate when you see someone else for the first time in a day? You say namaste, you say good morning or good evening or in a good afternoon, considering the time. You say, how are you? What are you doing? What's good news with you? Okay. So we use these kind of sentences. We use these expressions and we communicate our ideas. Okay, I communicate.
Yes, obviously.
Greetings.
कसैले धेरै लिएला कसैले थोरै कलेक्ट गर्ला बट
Showing a kind of respect. And how do you greet? Let's say I communicate greetings. How do you greet? I greet with words and action. For example, I greet with hello, good morning, all of you. So this one is action and good morning are the words. We greet with words and action. We say, how are you? So there is a kind of action or bodily movement too. In communication, people don't only speak the words. They use words as well as they make some sort of actions so that communication is effective, right? Why do you greet to each other? To establish relationship, to open up further communications, to be more friendly, to be more interactive. The answer is, I greet for the purpose of socialization. We human beings are the socials. Okay? We say we are social animals. In our society, there are many different peoples, and they are our neighbors, they may be our friends, they may be our seniors, with whom we need to greet. It means by greeting or by communication, we establish good rapport. You know rapport? Rapport means good relationship. We establish relationship, we establish rapport and so on. I believe in innovation, that the way you get innovation is finding strength on you to learn the basic facts. Have you heard the name Bill Gates? He was the richest person. Bill Gates, विश्वको धनाढ्य. अहिले त बिल गेट्स छैन नि, अहिलेको धनाढ्य को छ? अहिले एलन मस्क. Elon Musk is the richest at present, but quite earlier, before 2 or 3 years, Bill Gates was the richest one. अहिलेको त एलन मस्कको टेस्ला भन्ने गाडी नै आइसक्यो, ड्राइभर बिनाको गाडी, चिप्सबाट चल्ने गाडी. चिप्सबाट मोबाइल चार्जै गर्न नपर्ने मोबाइल आएको छ अहिले मोबाइल त्यत्तिकै चार्ज गर्नै परेन द सेल फोन absorb the sunlight it absorbs the solar power and it functions well that is Tesla so owner of Tesla company
obviously.
owner of
कसैले धेरै लेला कसैले थोरै collect
owner
गर्ला.
of
But
Twitter
obviously-
Facebook is Elon Musk so yeah Bill Gates says I believe in communication we need to learn new ways of communication and the way you get innovation means newness okay innovation means something unique something new something interesting finding strength on you you need to develop your strength for communication if you feel a kind of hesitation okay if you feel a kind of hesitation then you lose your confidence but if you find yourself strong you find yourself enthusiastic then you build up your confidence the confident speakers are good communicators okay now communication is a process I am speaking you are hearing okay you are hearing me you are looking at me and I think you are catching my words this is the process of communication so what do you think communication is one way process or two way two way what are the two things in communication then if you say communication is a two-way process then what two most important things are present in communication ल भन्नुस् त कम्युनिकेसन प्रोसेस हो भने दुईटा कम्युनिकेसनमा 90
यहाँ ऊर्जाहरू can-
though there are many other things but the two one speaker and hearer participants हुनु पर्यो नि को बोल्ने त in communications speaker and hearer or participants then what to say message communicates message you communicate message you communicate to your friend you communicate to your teacher so at least two things in communication are the participants and the message equally we need channel we need medium I am speaking you so my medium is speech oral and here I have displayed some words in your screen okay some words on the screen it is written communication can be written communication can be spoken and even communication can be symbolic sometimes we say this we say this we say this it is also communications यसलाई भन्छ symbolic communication symbolic interaction भनेपछि communication through speech through writing and through gesture signs symbols etc so here one question is think yourself just recall an event of communication where you shared your ideas with others for example the first time you are here in Kathmandu Shiksha campus you entered into the chamber of campus chief yeah then campus chief asked you to take seat then what how do you start the communication you could say okay or you can say chief sir good morning I am what's your good name anyone please your name okay I am Karina Rai I am
Yes,
from
obviously.
Kathmandu
है
I am
कसैले धेरै लेला
from
कसैले थोरै
this
collect
campus
गर्ला but
and
obviously-
I am here to study my bachelor's degree I am interested to study English or study mathematics or like that यहाँ मैले भन्न खोजेको के हो त भन्दा सामान्यतया at first we give our introduction if we are in a new place with new person isn't it we start communication with introduction so at the very beginning of this class I started with my introductions good recall the process what did you do the process is so we speak then we listen to others speak there is tone taking mechanism if two persons talk together then what happens they get nothing when one speaks another has to stop when another stops one has to speak so there is proper tone taking or proper tone making in communication.
Yes, obviously.
And
कसैले धेरै
communication is
लेला, कसैले
possible
थोरै
not only
कलेक्ट
with
गर्ला,
words,
but obviously
not only with written statements. It is possible with gesture, posture, layout, others. You can see here in picture. Here. So here in the picture, ल हेर्नुहोस् त यो पिक्चरमा I have taken this picture from Sigrid Norris. Okay? It shows multiple forms of meaning making. A young boy, okay, you can see a young boy is in a departmental store or in a supermarket. Have you ever gone in supermarket? Okay, are you familiar with the departmental store? Can you give name of a departmental store that you frequently go or that you frequently see near your areas? For example, Bhatvatini supermarket.
कसैले धेरै
For
लेला, कसैले
example,
थोरै
Big Mart,
कलेक्ट गर्ला,
okay?
but obviously
Big Mart, Bhatvatini, these are the different supermarkets these days cheaply available in Kathmandu. Okay? So the speaker is here, a young boy, and he is looking at the things, though he has not spoken anything else. But we can see that his appearance, his manual gesture, his looking, they give meaning. So the thing is, in communication, meaning is taken from the music, layout, gaze, posture, head movement, gesture, spoken language, even written text. Sometimes you communicate through, message. How often do you engage in a chat with friends? You often chat, okay? Chat is communication. You make a call to your friend. Telephonic call is communications. You can have discussion even in canteen or classroom or with friend. That is also communication. So in communication, we find the use of spoken language, written language, equally gesture. Gesture means this kind of bodily movement. Gesture भनेको शारीरिक हाउभावहरू, head movement like nodding head, saying yes or saying no, like that. Then posture means style. So right now I am here in this posture, this posture, this posture. People give different meaning by means of the
कसैले धेरै लेला,
gaze
कसैले
means
थोरै कलेक्ट
looking
गर्ला, but obviously
continuously, looking deeply. That is called gaze. And the layout means a kind of design. And here words, what meaning does it give? भनेको के हो त यसको अर्थ? Means it gives two meaning. एउटा means yeah, you are right, I got it. Or means right now I have no idea. Okay? Let me think. I'm not sure, I will tell you later. यस्तो दुईटा अर्थ दिन्छ नि त्यसले. भनेपछि भाषा पनि रहेछ, सङ्केत पनि रहेछ, यो सबैले के हुन्छ त? Communication हुन्छ. However, the process of communication is quite complex. Why it is a complex process then? Process of communication is complex because we need to get what is said in communication. We should understand the meaning. If communication is not meaningful, then there is no meaning of communication.
Yes,
Communication,
कसैले धेरै लेला,
language,
कसैले थोरै कलेक्ट गर्ला,
use of non-verbal cues and diversity in communication. We use language as well as we use signs, symbol, gesture, posture, image. त्यसलाई के भनियो त? non-verbal cues भनेको के? verbal भनेको शब्दद्वारा अभिव्यक्त गर्ने, non-verbal भनेको सङ्केतद्वारा अभिव्यक्त गर्ने. Then the diversity. Different people have different ways of talking, and the ways are different in their culture. We find some culture specific ways of communication. The way native speakers, the way Americans speak is different from the way Indians speak. The way we speak is different from the way people from Himalayan area speak, people from Tarai area speak. There comes diversity in communication. And the communication for meaning, and meaning is deeply related to context. meaning is not common. So where it is said, why it is said, who has said, why he or she has said like that. तिमी आउँदैनौ भन्यो कसैले होइन, म आउँदिनँ भन्यो, त्यो आउँदिनको अर्थ के आउँदिन भने हो भन्नलाई त हामी परिवेश बुझ्नु पर्यो नि। कसले कोसँग बोल्दा आउँदिन भन्यो, किन आइज भन्दा आउँदिन भन्यो, कहिले आइज भन्दा आउँदिन भन्यो, उसले आउँदिन भन्नुको पछाडि ऊ बिरामी थियो कि उसको इच्छा थिएन कि उसलाई चित्त बुझ्या थिएन कि उसको समय पो थिएन कि हैन। यो सबै कुरा बुझ्नलाई त के गर्नु पर्छ, we need to understand context. Meaning is deeply embedded in context, and sometimes there exist some barriers. If we don't listen well, then we get very little things. If somebody else's pronunciation is not clear, we catch very little things. If somebody has not explained in detail with examples, very little things is perceived. So communication is often affected by different barriers. You know barriers? Barriers means different factors affecting. बाधा व्यवधान उत्पन्न गर्ने तत्त्वहरूलाई ब्यारियर्स भन्यो के। यस्तो हल्ला खल्ला भयो भने कम्युनिकेसन राम्रो हुँदैन, कोही बोलेको स्पष्ट बोल्दैन, कम्युनिकेसन राम्रो हुँदैन, प्रोनाउन्सिएसन शुद्ध उच्चारण गर्दैन, कम्युनिकेसन राम्रो हुँदैन। Have you understood what I have said? What I am saying? Okay. There can be some barriers and some others. So we need to take context into the consideration, and we need channels. For example, this recording is a channel. You can see a recorded class, recorded video, and you get ideas. Sometimes you record your voice and send, that is channel. Sometimes I don't have much time and the people ask many questions in messenger. In my messenger I give response orally. I just record, I tap the speaker and I send the recorded one, then they get the ideas. So we use channels in communication. In communication we use emotions, okay? Each individual is emotional. Human beings are emotional. We show emotions. Do you know emotions? Emotions means some psychological responses. Sometimes we become quite happy. Sometimes we become sad. Sometimes we show up our enthusiasm. Sometimes we show our laziness. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your participation. The class ends right now. Good.